Hey guys, just thought I'd do a quick update on the Cade 900. So this system's been running for 22 months now. I'm pretty happy with the whole setup, to be honest. I've had a few losses and lots of changes along the way. Learnt a lot, but at the moment it's all going pretty good. Everything seems happy and healthy, so I think I got to the point where the tank just runs itself now. At the back there, you can probably see it, I added another Nero 5. So with the Neros on each side, they give good flow. At the moment it's on pulse. You can see the torches, they've got some good flow. The hammers, they're all good. But because the rocks, the way the rocks are, they're at the back of the tank. So the front was sort of missing out on some decent flow. It was getting a little bit of dribble, but not much. So I added that third Nero, and it just pushes more water to the front. And so these corals at the front here, like my Helio and Elegance, can get some flow. So it runs on about 50% of the other two, so it's not blasting the front, but yeah, it's made a bit of a difference. Corals seem to like it. I also, a few weeks ago, I cleaned the back glass. I like to have a black, like the back clear and clean. I just think it looks a lot better. Sort of the corals contrast off the black back. It was pretty bad. Had a bit of hair algae and all sorts of coralline and all sorts of crap on there. But I just got a scraper in there and just gave it a good scrape. The tank got pretty fearable. I was doing a water change at the time, so I scraped it first, then drained the water out and put fresh in. It came out all right. These 3 Neros, I took them out. Every 3 months I take the Neros out and chuck them in a bit of citric acid. And they were filthy. Like, you should really take your wave makers out regularly and clean them. The blades were just chock-a-block of gunk and crap. I couldn't believe how dirty the water was when I was cleaning them. So I gave them a clean. So every 3 months I do that. The beginning of the month, so we're in June, I did my 6 monthly Sump clean. So what I do, I take the skimmer out, the reef mat and the pump at the back. I take them all out and just give them a good clean, and they were filthy as well. So I do recommend to clean all that equipment as well. Just so you gotta look after your stuff. If you just leave it too long, things could gunk up and break, and you don't want that happening. Also took out all the balls, all the ball holders. Took them out, gave them a quick rinse. I drained out all the water, cleaned the glass in there, and it came out pretty good, but it was filthy. Like, the sump was filthy. I know some people probably think I have a clean sump. Yeah, well, so did I. But that's I think it's the 3rd sump clean I've done, and yeah, she was pretty feral in there. But it's all good. I like to give it a clean. I like everything to be clean. So yeah. Also about 4 weeks ago I started dosing the Red Sea 4-part, which is a formula for coral growth and coloration, but it's mainly for tanks without refugiums or algae reactors. And I have an algae reactor with Cheeto in it. So I really wanted to try this 4-part out. I've been using quantum sups ever since I started this tank, but I just wanted to try something different and see if it made a difference. So I contacted Red Sea, and they advised me, well, they recommended that I don't run Cheeto. So I removed the Cheeto out of the packs, and now it's just running empty pretty much. I haven't completely disconnected it, it's still running. The only reason I am running it is because this hose, this one here, so that's the outlet hose from the packs, and it goes up, goes at the back of the sump there, and it comes down here and goes into the section where these pipes would normally go if it didn't have the reef mat. And I just do that just to get a bit of flow through the sump, just removes detritus and crap like that. I move it round, so if I lift it up, so you can see that's coming straight from the packs. So I'll just move it around, put it in different spots in the sump, it just keeps the shit moving around, you know, you can sort of see it, all the crap. So that's pretty good. I know I could remove it and then just run a hose straight off a manifold or whatever, but I don't know, I just thought it'd be easier for now. If it starts to annoy me, because it is, well, it's not too big, but I could just take the whole unit out, run a hose, but I'm just leaving it for now, just to see what happens. And with the 4-part, so 4 weeks I've been running, using it, and I think that has done a massive change. I do have before photos. I can tell that the corals have definitely coloured up a lot more, and they're a lot more puffier than previously. See the hammers there, nice and fluffy. The anemones are there. I did get rid of 10 anemones last week. That rock, they're just splitting too fast, so there's still another 10 on there I think, but I pulled 10 off and sold them. But yeah, all the torches are all going good. My Duncan's going nuts. Scollies are nice and puffy. The Blastos are nice and fluffy, and my Elegants. So I do believe that the 4-part has made a change so far. I mean, this the 4-part is a 3-month formula, so the containers you get are supposed to last 3 months, so we'll see how we go. But so you can see these are the containers here. So you got these, hang on a sec, you got the calcium and mag, the green one's elk, and then the 2 small ones down the end. Those ones are like iron and what else? Can't remember. Potassium and some other stuff in there. But that's the 4 containers. So you've got a 1 litre calcium and mag, a 2 litre elk, and a ½ litre of each of the smaller ones. That is basically trace elements. So the way their formula works is, say for example you're dosing 5 mil, well that's the other thing. So this whole 4-part runs off 1 calcium test a week, which I found quite interesting. So you test your calcium and then you add whatever amount you want to keep your calcium at whatever level. My calcium sits at around 480. So for example, if you're running if you're running 5 mil of calcium, then the ratio for the rest of the containers is 5 mil calcium, 10 mil elk, and 2.5 mil of the smaller containers. That's the ratios. So with that in mind, like, because the elk is a 2-to-1 ratio to the calcium, I knew my elk was going to rise, and it did. So my elk usually sat at around 8.6, and after 2 weeks it went up to 10.6, and I was just like, holy moly, she's definitely gone up. But after reading online about the 4-part and other people's experiences, they were all saying you got to trust the process. So just go with it. It will eventually balance itself out, and Well, after 4 weeks, they were pretty much right, because my ALK is now sitting at a constant 9.2, which I'm pretty happy with, and everything else, my calcium, my mag, it's all where I want it to be. So the process works, so I'm pretty happy with it, and I can't really complain about the forepart, so that's pretty good. The other good thing about it is the ratios are designed so that all the containers finish at the same time. So even though it's like a 1 litre, 2 litre and 2 half litres, because of the ratios, they will finish at the same time, which is good. That's supposed to last 3 months, like I said, but I'm dosing a bit less because my calcium's where I sort of want it to be, so I'll probably get a bit more, but yeah, so it's all going good. What else has been happening? Oh, I added a copper band about 3 weeks ago. This guy here, love him. He's an awesome looking fish. So this rock here, this is our rock. It was riddled with aptasia. Like there was hundreds on there, I'm not joking. And then they were jumping onto this rock. There were a few on that rock, but they were riddled, and you couldn't, the zoas weren't opening because the aptasia were just pissing them off, I guess. So they're all closed up and they weren't showing much colour. I added this guy, where is he? I added the copper band, and within 2 weeks every aptasia's disappeared, so I was stoked with that. He's destroyed them all. The zoas are all opening back up again. The colours are coming through, so I'm really happy with that. Hey buddy. And the other thing I'm happy with him is he's a pig when it comes to feeding time. So these guys get pellets in the morning through the auto feeder, and then at night time I give them mysis and brine, and he's a guts. So I'm glad that he's eating that food and not my corals. But I've watched him a lot since I've had him, and he's not really interested. He just goes around looking for aptasia or other crap, I don't know. So he's going pretty good. What else? Not too much else. I'm still looking to upgrade to a 1200 this year. I see Cade have come out with an S3 version of the Cades, which is Euro braced, has a polycarb lid, aluminium doors instead of glass, redesigned sump, has another door here, a controller door, so you still have the one around the side. There's another door here. The whole tank just looks the goods. So I'm thinking about, they're coming into store in July in Australia, so my LFS told me, so it'll be interesting to see what their prices are. I'm pretty confident they're going to be a lot dearer than the current S2s. So we'll just see. If they're too expensive, then I'll just get an S2 1200. I'm not really that worried about it, to be honest. But I just do want a 1200, just want a slightly bigger tank. I know all these guys would appreciate it, and yeah, it should be pretty good. The lights, so my two Radeon XR15s are pretty good, but you can see from here, hang on, let's go on this side. You can see with the way the rocks are and the light. So I'm lacking a bit of light at the front. Now, if you remember one of my old videos, I put an extension on here to get it out further. Well, I just don't think they're cutting it with the spread. So I'm thinking either a blade. I have a hybrid mounting kit which you can attach two blades, one on each side. So I'm thinking of chucking a blade here like that to hit down the front of the tank, or maybe 2. Just maybe 1 with the radions to supplement, or 3 blades and no radions. That's what I'm thinking, 2 grows and 1 glow. But I'm gonna wait until I get my new tank, and because I don't want to get a blade now, because this is only 3 foot. I'd probably want to get I wouldn't get a 48-inch blade for the 4 foot. I don't want it to go end to end, so I'd get the 39-inch one, which is about 10 centimeters shy each side. But I'd get 3. I reckon 3 would be ample, or I just stick with the radions and chuck a blade on. But yeah, so I'll just wait to see what happens. Yeah, but apart from that, it's all going good. Fish are all happy. Hey buddy. No complaints with the tank so far. It's good to see it all growing out now, and it's just good to come home and see the tank thriving. All the reef factory gear is still going good. I know reef factory in the poop at the moment, but you know, what do you do? The servers are still running. I still really like the reef factory gear. Is the app there, everything on it. Yeah, the servers are still running, so and if worse comes to worse, like, you can run this gear without the servers and without internet. You can run them using the equipment's own Wi-Fi. So, you know, this stuff has been bulletproof for me, and I'm really happy with it. If worse comes to worse and it did turn to shit, like, I was originally looking to get an Apex, but they didn't. Well, they were hard to get in Australia, like spares, just getting the base kits. Yeah, there was a bit of a distribution issue in Australia, so I don't know, see what happens. But yeah, so that's that's it for the update. 22 months on since I started this Cade 900. Very happy with it still. But yeah, I would love a Cade 1200, but we'll just see if it's going to be a S2 or an F3. Alright, thanks for watching. Happy reefing. Any comments, just feel free to write down. I always reply. Thanks guys.